Hello, and welcome to the Superintendent Spotlight Podcast, where each month we will explore an important topic or initiative being worked on in the Mashpee Public Schools. I am your host, David Thompson, the proud interim superintendent of the Mashpee Public Schools, and I welcome you to our podcast. All right, so welcome to this edition of the Superintendent Spotlight Podcast. And with me today, I have Casey Lynch and Laura Taylor, who are the advisors for the Mashpee Cares Closet. We're going to talk about that. We just had a big ribbon cutting and celebration about a week and a half ago, and I wanted to spend a little time and dig in a little deeper for those who weren't here for the ceremony. So why don't you kind of just tell us a little bit about what your roles here are at Mashpee Middle High School and how you got involved in the Cares Closet.
Sure, and thank you so much for shining another spotlight on this. I think it's really important, and I'm glad it's getting some good recognition. My name is Casey Lynch. I am a special education paraprofessional here at the high school. This is my 5th year at the high school. I'm also an alumni of the class of 2014. I am a club advisor to multiple different clubs. And most recently, I have taken on the role of being a co-coordinator of the Mashpee Cares Closet and Food Pantry.
All right.
And my name is Laura Taylor. I am a special education teacher here at Mashpee Middle High School. I teach the 7th and 8th grade sub-separate program. I have also been here for 5 years.
Good. All right. So why don't we start talking a little bit about, what the Cares Closet is and kind of the history of where it started and where we brought it to.
Yeah, so the Cares Closet itself has existed in different forms over the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some really great seniors that have taken it on as senior projects. Most of what I've seen, it was generated on a smaller level. We had the clothing component, we had, limited access. And that was great because they put a lot of work into it and they really laid the foundation for it.
Right.
But one of the problems we were noticing is that come graduation with those seniors, when they went to leave, a lot of the efforts that were put into it kind of faltered. So Laura and I looked at this project last year as something that we could incorporate into one of the clubs that we co-coordinate, which is the Kiwanis Builders Club, which is about service and finding different improvement programs within our school and community. So we thought that it would tie in well. Do you have anything you want to?
Yeah.
I was excited to start this project because I had a mini care drawer in my classroom for 2 years that a student had suggested in my small sub-separate room where we had spray deodorant, hair ties, toothbrushes, toothpaste, just in case anybody needed those essentials to get through the day, especially the deodorant. And then when Casey brought this up, I was like, oh, this is good because we need this on a bigger level to help the whole school out.
Cool. All right. Awesome. So the Cares Closet was kind of in a not as big and not as broad as it is now. Was there any particular event or inspiration that caused the change to look to try to expand it?
I think, oh, did you want to?
I was going to say it was the end of last year. Casey had been in school, and I think you had been seeing this on social media in other states. I'm not sure if you were seeing it on. No.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it existed.
Right.
I was familiar with it.
Yeah,
Right.
it was, but we needed a project for our Builders Club to help fix problems in the school to build leadership.
Yep.
And it wasn't a problem, it was just, we have this Cares Closet that was really focused on clothing.
Right.
And it was a legacy project with seniors, but Casey's passion was bringing food to it to help food insecurity with students and families. So we had all the clothes, and we had the relationship with the Cape Kids in Osterville, Cape Kids in Osterville, who is affiliated with the Boston Food Pantry.
Right.
So we had that, but it was the bare minimum that we were getting.
Right.
And we didn't have the food pickup times. It was really up to the student to advocate for themselves, to go in there and get a bag of food to bring home.
Right.
So she was already seeing, like, I want to get in that Cares Closet and revamp it. And we needed a project for our Builders Club members.
Right.
So we were able to kill two birds with one stone, start a Cares Closet, restart it, make it better, and then also involve our Builders Club 7th and 8th grade team to this project. And it was always there. It just, the room was kind of a storage room / food pantry.
Right.
And we were able to just get in there, and we saw a need. And the message with Builders Club through the Kiwanis is to build leadership through service.
Right.
And find things in your school community that need a little revamp or a little help. And the year before, there was, we started the Mashpee announcements. So that was another thing. We were doing the daily announcements that were virtual because we found the kids weren't listening that much during homeroom to announcements on the speaker.
Right.
So that was what our Builders Club put together, virtual announcements that were played during homeroom. But we wanted a better project.
Right.
So Cares Closet it was.
Yeah. All right. So, so we were able to get some sponsors. So, could you guys go into a little detail as to, how did the sponsors come to be, who they are, they and I think we should probably recognize how much money they have, given to us. And then, is there opportunities for people in the community to help out too? So.
Yeah, absolutely. So when Laura and I came to the project, Mashpee had an existing relationship with Cape Kids Meals, which is an organization that provides food to pretty much every high school now on the Cape. Well, not just the high school, but all schools on the Cape. And if not, they're expanding. I know their most recent one was Sturgis, and they did that about a month or so ago. So we had that existing relationship. It just wasn't developed in a way that we could best maximize that. So I want to give a shout out to our guidance team because I know that Lindsay Kett and some of our counselors had worked closely with that senior student on bringing Cape Kids into the fold.
Right.
So that was really helpful when we took it over this year, having kind of that pre-established connection.
Right.
Because Cape Kids provides so much product for us in
Right.
terms of the non-perishables, all of our canned goods, and they're so great about making sure that it gets to us when we need it.
Right.
And as Laura said, they partner directly with the Greater Food Bank of Boston. So if there are things too that we know our community might need, but that other schools are not requesting, they're really great about going in and getting that for us.
Yep.
And then I want to mention Stop and Shop. That was our a huge thing for us this year that really Laura and I were caught so much by surprise with their generosity. I had applied for a grant before Christmas, and it was, you go in there, and I had read about schools going in and partnering with Stop and Shop. I know that was something that they've been trying to slowly get off the ground and bring more schools into the fold.
Right.
And I had come across an article that Barnstable Public Schools had highlighted, I believe in the Enterprise, and they had said, this is what our partnership with Stop and Shop has been able to do.
Right.
So with that, we ended up being awarded a $10,000 grant.
Nice.
And we were so blown away by it. We were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then that really made Laura and I sit and say, we can really do quite a bit with this project now that we have the funds to do so.
Right.
Because we were able to get things that Cape Kids cannot provide. And going forward, we have some additional plans for that as well. So some potential for perishable products too. So we were very excited by that. So those are our two biggest ones.
Right.
We are looking to partner with Consuelo Carroll, who is our district outreach coordinator, who's been phenomenal and helped us plan the entire ribbon cutting ceremony.
Right.
So just want to give kudos to her. But through her work with the Mashpee Community Garden, that she's gotten up and running within the last year. We're going to be able to look at fresh produce and taking some of the stuff that we're growing here at the high school and then giving it back to our families when we do our bag pickups. So I was excited about that. Capabilities has been another one we've been looking to partner with.
And the bank. Cape
Oh,
Cod
yeah.
Cape
Oh,
Cod
yes.
Five,
I'm
right.
sorry. I want to
Yeah.
mention we had applied for an educator mini grant through Cape Cod Five Bank.
Yeah.
Each grant, if it's received, an educator gets $500 from. And when we put our proposal in, they ended up coming back saying that they really were in support of this project and they
Right.
doubled it.
Right.
So we were able to get $1,000 from that.
Well, there are two educators, so it isn't advanced math, really. But
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. So it was awesome. And then we ended up purchasing an outdoor pantry box
Okay.
that is now outside of our middle school entrance. So anybody, student or otherwise, can go in and grab something out of there if it's outside of school hours. And then we had some additional funds left over from that we were able to use to purchase hygiene products. So deodorant and toothbrushes and
So have we thought about, if there's members in the community who wanted to help, is there a method for them to assist and help the Cares Closet?
Yeah. So twofold. We have been starting to partner with people that are interested in actually coming in to volunteer for the pantry, which has been helpful. And I want to recognize Laura Ware, who's been amazing. She was actually in here today, and she helped get all of our bag orders together for pickup. We had about 15 orders that needed to go out, so that was amazing. And then Nancy Curtin, who is a paraprofessional at the Quashinet School, comes over and she helps with some of our evening pickups.
Nice.
So she's been amazing as well. And we're looking for additional volunteers too. We've been working with Miss Carol to see where the interest is, and I think because people have been so behind the project, there's good potential.
Yeah.
And then we've also put out through Principal Brady's newsletters that we've been looking for donations of certain things, whether that's clothing, whether that's the hygiene products, things that we have a harder time sourcing from our partners.
Right.
And we've been pretty amazed by the generosity of the Mashpee community and what we've been given.
Right.
So many of the clothes that have come through have had tags still on them. Like they've gone out, they purchased stuff specifically for the closet. So I just cannot thank enough our generous community and everything that they've been helping, and I anticipate that will continue to be the case.
Right.
So.
Okay. So let's shift a little bit into how it works. How does someone access the Cares Closet?
So we have appointments that students can make through Miss Lynch or myself. If they can send us an email to figure out between both parties when a good time during the day or after school would be to go shopping in the Cares Closet. We also have an email that goes out every Monday morning through the school to school addresses of the guardians and parents of students in the buildings. So we do each school 1 week. We have Mashpee Middle High School, we have Quashinet, and we have the Casey Coombs School.
Right.
And the parents or guardians fill out the Google form with the quantities that they want, and we have that Google form with the inventory that we have for that week. And then we are able to pack the orders starting on Monday when they start coming through between our senior student volunteer, Kaylin Gomez, and also my class of 7th and 8th graders have also been packing orders during our academic support block period 7, which they love doing, and it's great life skills to go through that order, the checklist, find the food, read the label, put it in the bag.
Right.
And so families can access the Cares Closet through the Google form email. And students can access the Cares Closet through an appointment with Ms. Lynch and myself. And we have the Cares Closet available during homeroom for the snacks that we provide, we're provided through the Cape Kids and through our Stop and Shop gift cards that we have purchased some snacks through.
Right.
And I wanted to mention too, with donations, if the community wants to donate, they can write a check to the Mashpee Builders Club Kiwanis. We had a very generous member in the community who sent us $100 through a check that now we're able to purchase items.
Right.
And then they can access the Cares Closet through the outdoor food pantry.
Okay. Want to explain? Yeah. So parents put in an order. How does the whole pickup thing go? Just so we can. Yeah.
Yeah. So the pickup process is really what has helped expand the project itself.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that we stressed during the ribbon cutting ceremony is the fact that our older students, in this building especially, our 7th through 12th graders, there is the stigma about asking for help and utilizing the resources that we provided. So this really puts it more on the families themselves to go through and not have the student be involved in the process.
Right.
Sometimes the student might even not know that their parent or guardian is doing that. They go through, it's a Google form. We have everything available in the Cares Closet on the form itself. We allow families to go in and select the quantities for each item that they might want to get. So if it's canned corn, if they want one, if they want 2 things of green beans or 1 of tomato soup, they can go in and we have it set up to function that way. Right. We send the order form out at 7 a.m. on Monday mornings, as Laura said, and then we have a cutoff of 2:50 on Wednesday afternoon so that we have enough time to make sure that the orders are ready for pickup on Thursday. And how it's been working is we have designated pickup slots that we put on the form. So the families can go in at their convenience and say, I want to pick up between 9 to 9:30, or I want to come after school between 4 and 4:30. So it really kind of makes it flexible for them so that, they're able to utilize this resource and it's not a hindrance, like they're not having to leave work or do something outside of what their availability is.
Right. So. Good, great. Well, this is, and again, this is an incredible project, and I was absolutely blown away. Actually, early on, it was really great to celebrate with everybody and do the ribbon cuttings, but it's just one more example of how this community kind of brings people together. Students have a key role in it and really helping each other out. So kudos to you, kudos to this project, and hopefully this will shed a little more light on it and the community get some more community support so it continues on. Anything else you want that we should mention before we close out?
I would like to do a shout out to our student volunteers. We have about 5 of them that consistently are coming during homeroom, and the whole process has evolved during homeroom where we have stanchions, we have a line that's created, and we have our 7th grade students managing that process.
Right.
And they are standing behind the stanchions and they're making sure people stay in line, that they're not cutting, and they are asking their fellow classmates, what would you like? They're speaking with everybody in the school, and already, since this is become such a big deal from last week's celebrations, I had 2 different members from Builders Club who were very involved in the beginning of the year, but they got busy with sports. They came to me today, can I work in the Cares Closet during homeroom? And so word is spreading, and I love seeing our students manage the Cares Closet during the homeroom block, where we started adding working logs so they can track their hours on a spreadsheet. And one of our main volunteers, Bethany, is the one who has created the schedule. So she has been able to figure out a schedule on how many kids she wants during homeroom for the week. She writes reminder messages in that Cares Closet sheet. She also wrote a little message, good luck on MCAS. And they also started tracking how many students come into the Cares Closet. We have a tracker, little beep machine. And so that's one of their volunteer jobs, is to track how many students are coming. And we are averaging about 100 students each homeroom coming for those snacks. And it's fun for the kids to get in line, see their friends, and check out what's in the Cares Closet.
Yeah.
And I think part of that too has really helped to eliminate some of the stigma about students going into the closet itself.
Right.
Because before that, people didn't know what it was. And
Right.
then again, it's with this age group, they don't want to be seen as different or having
Right.
to ask for things. So by having their peers run this and run it really efficiently,
Right.
and then anybody, like, we don't ask questions, we don't, if you come in and you need something, it's yours,
Right. Yep.
And that's been something that we've been very supported by our community partners in doing. So as Laura said, we do have quite a group that comes in during homeroom, but I think it's really helped to kind of eliminate that barrier so that kids feel, it's just less stigma in general.
Right. Yeah, it's awesome. So this, it's another example of teaching students how to be leaders, how to give back, and it really just makes this place, just a great place. And those opportunities for growth really come to roost, and we will see it in a couple weeks at graduation. Looking back, so thank you for all you've done, and congratulations, and keep up the great work.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. This is Dr. Dave Thompson. Thank you for listening to the Superintendent Spotlight podcast. This will be a monthly podcast, so please subscribe and give us a thumbs up or 5 stars depending on the platform you're using. If you have a suggestion for future topics, please send them along to the district office, and have a nice day.